There was a couple of bad calls at the end of that game. One or two of them probably could have changed the outcome. But what impressed me, and his team were down 2 touchdowns second half. They came back, took the lead, and eventually won. Lamar had to do some incredible things to sustain some drives and to get some things done. His passing, which people always complain about. Wait a minute. Lamar is the number one passer in football. Who knew that? In my sports group, PD Sports Rap, there's some haters in there. I'm one of them, but in this case, there's at least one guy in there that really hates Lamar Jackson and has really said so many disparaging things about the kid. The one thing he's right about is Lamar has not won a Super Bowl yet, so I got to give him that. But what he is doing right now is leading the entire league in quarterback rating. I think that's impressive. Now, what's happened, I believe, is that Lamar Jackson didn't have the pieces around him that maybe some others might have, like Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes has a great coach, and this great coach has a great system. And that's the reason why he has had such great success winning these Super Bowls. Lamar Jackson has to get there. His talent, I think, he's better, more talented, more physically gifted than Mahomes. And I love Mahomes. He's really good. But I think this new quarterback ratings thing that came out last week showing the order of things in the league may have put a damper on the haters. I'm sure right now they don't know quite what to say. Because ever since Lamar Jackson was at Louisville, I was touting this guy. I saw something in him back then. I saw the future of football. I saw the future of quarterbacking. And he's not disappointed me at all. Now, I know that, to validate yourself in the history books and all that, Super Bowl is a must for any great quarterback. But how many quarterbacks you know that play in this game that won 2 MVPs? I'll wait. Two most valuable players. So what I'm predicting this year and what I'm hoping for this year is for Lamar Jackson to do a triple. And that triple is another MVP this year, a Super Bowl, and a Super Bowl MVP. That's what I'm hoping for him. But we'll have to see how that goes. They're up and down. They lost to Cleveland. They almost got beat by these cats, and they've lost 3 games already. I'm just glad the one the other night wasn't another one, because that would not have been good. Now, this guy in my group is always talking about Josh Allen. He loves Josh Allen. Josh Allen is all that to him. He's not all that. Josh Allen is really at the point right now where he could be in the second tier of quarterbacks. He could drop below 10. He really could. And I like him too. But the comparison is ridiculous. You really can't compare the two guys. How many MVPs Josh Allen's got again? Oh, that would be none. Let's keep talking football. Let's talk Dallas Cowboys here. Disaster. Their quarterback is hurt. Some other cats got hurt. Dallas is in trouble right now. But you know what? Even though they're in trouble, their number one fan, which is Albert Lewis of Mullins, now Charlotte, this is a man with no shame. He still does what he calls a weekly press conference where he takes on all the haters because he knows there are plenty of them, because he brags all the time. And he just takes questions and throws stuff out there, insults, Derek Weeks being there, a bunch of guys being there. But the guy has no shame. You would think that the Cowboys, being as bad as they are right now, and how mediocre they have been for the last, my God, since 1990, was it 1996 or something like that they last won? See, the Cowboys got into feeling like, being America's team and everything, which they call themselves. They were thinking all those Super Bowls were going to continue. Guess what? They didn't. And now it's been what? 96, 106, 60. It's been about 30 years since the Cowboys last won the Super Bowl. And I don't want to talk too much about the Cowboys. They got a lot of great family members who are Cowboy fans. My son-in-law, one of my first cousins, is a big Cowboy fan, so I don't want to be ragging them too much because I'm not a Cowboy hater. And I never have been. I'm just a Cowboy fan hater. Some fans, not all of them. Some of them are just a little bit too much to take. But it's kind of fun. Now, on the local front, Xavier Legette is straight becoming a star in the NFL right in front of our eyes. He's one of the go-to guys on that team now. Got multiple touchdowns already in his rookie season. He's even got this dance he does. I'm not saying I'm crazy about the dance, but it's uniquely his. And what he's doing is making a name for himself, creating a persona for himself. He's really good. And he worked hard to get where he is. And right now, he's one of the top rookies out there. People are paying attention. I even seen a promo of the Panthers versus the Giants football game coming up, I think this weekend. And he's in the promo. That's huge right there. They put him in the promo because all of a sudden he is one of the big attractions for the Panthers. So congratulations to Xavier Legette, to the Mullins family, on this kid really putting all of us on the map. I mean, he's doing great. Let me think. What else is going on in football that I want to talk about here? Well, the Giants are still terrible. The Jets won a game last week, so they're a little bit less terrible. Patriots are really bad. The Washington Redskins right now are probably the talk of the league. Jaden Daniels, I think that's his name, Jaden Daniels, the quarterback. He's got Redskins fans, I mean Commanders fans, really excited. And they should be. Kid's a rookie. They threw him in there. They put some pieces around him. Boom. He's probably going to be Rookie of the Year. He's handling the pressure of being, because that's a serious fan base right there. People always talk about the Cowboys. Redskins fan base is pretty big too. And this area traditionally was Redskin country. My friend Jimmy Howard's a Redskin fan. A bunch of other cats I know. David Jenwright is a Redskins fan. And many others who have been very quiet, by the way, for the last several years because the Redskins have not been good. But now they have made a move, and they're one of the top teams in the NFL. And I think they got a big game this week. I think they're playing the Eagles, if I'm not mistaken. That's a rivalry game. Washington, Philadelphia. I'd like to see the Eagles take them down, obviously, because I root for the Eagles. It's one of my two teams that I root for. And I believe that the Eagles will get them. Eagles are up and down too, but they seem to be rounding into shape. They might be able to take down those Commanders this week. And with me, either way, it's a win-win in a way. because I am the number one fan of African Americans getting a chance to play quarterback. Why, you say? Well, all through my childhood coming up, there were no black quarterbacks in football. Last week I watched a game. I was watching games, flipping different channels. And there were, I think, let me see if I remember this number. I want to say 12 of the 15 games being played had at least one person of color playing quarterback. That's history making. And I believe that somebody in the media should have made something of it, but I heard nothing about it. Okay, this takeover is only just beginning, folks. And I say that because if you look at the college ranks right now, and you look at the kids who are being projected as the top quarterbacks coming out of college next year, I think the top three are brothers. Which means, since they don't wait anymore, they just throw these kids in, you're probably going to have all three of these guys starting somewhere next year. Depends on who drafts them. So, the tide has changed, finally. After many, many years of excuses and reasons that didn't make sense and them trying to change guys into other positions, they did that to Lamar Jackson, among many others. Lamar said, nah, I'm a quarterback. And that's the position I want to play. I've been a quarterback my whole life. And now you're going to tell me I should be a wide receiver because I'm athletic? How about let me use my athleticism at the quarterback position? That's working out pretty well. And the league now sees that if you're going to be a winning franchise, and I don't care if the guy is black or white, but they have to be athletic. They have to be able to do the things that these new breed of kids are doing. They're going to have to be able to throw it. They're going to have to be able to run it. They're going to have to be able to throw it on the run. If you can't do those three things, you're probably headed for Backupsville in the coming years or so. Who else is doing well? The Panthers are not doing too well, even though Bryce Young there last year was a rookie quarterback, was benched at the start of the season because he was playing terrible. And the team was playing terrible. But, so they brought in Andy Dalton, who is a decent quarterback, but he's not a franchise quarterback if he ever was. So now, Andy Dalton got into a car accident or something. So they put Bryce back in. Bryce is doing fine. Needs an offensive line to protect him because he's not that big a guy. He needs people to throw the ball to. Instead, Xavier Legette, who's looking like right now his best option, or one of them. Certainly an important one. So that could be a combination that lasts for a long time, and they can make history. Who knows? Let's think about. I haven't really watched in the last 3 weeks. I haven't watched any college football. None. So I can't really speak intelligently about it right now. I know that the Big Ten has 18 teams. Big Ten, 18 teams. Does something sound a little funny to you about that? That a team that touts a league that touts himself as 10 teams, the Big Ten, has 18 teams. Why not just call them the Big 18 and be done with it? Clemson got beat last week. Before the game, they were singing the praises of this Klubnik guy. Oh, he's really come around. He is so good now. Then they went out and got beat. So, Clemson is still good. Still one of the top programs in the country, no doubt. But they've kind of stumbled a little bit. And I'm not sure what happens going forward. I mean, I don't know if Dabo may have come to the end of his run. I mean, they're still doing great. But they're probably not in the championship picture as we speak right now. Of course, they got a big game coming up in a couple of weeks. They're going to be playing the Gamecocks. I think it's that weekend after Thanksgiving. And it's going to be a big game. And it's not like it's a clear favorite as to who's going to win. Gamecocks are looking pretty good, too. They've had their stumbles. But their quarterback, the Sellers kid, is looking really good. I mean, he has some moments, but I think he's a redshirt freshman, which means this is really his first year really playing, I think. He's from South Florence, and that's a big feather in the cap of Florence and South Florence in particular. Let's see. The NBA. The Warriors got off to a good start. They won, I think, 5 of their first 6 games. Beat a depleted Boston Celtic team. Come on in, Bob. Is that him out there? Tater. I think that's him out there.
Okay.
You want to get? I'll get him. Gotta hurry up, Bob. We only got a few minutes.
You know, man?
Bobby Rich. Bobby, come over here and sit next to me, bro. Don't be a stranger, man. You got all this ladder gear on there, everything. Boy, you look good with that stuff on. Okay. I'm here today with my guest, who's late, but he made it anyway. Things come up. Bobby Richardson is the new head basketball coach, girls basketball coach at Latta High School. How does that feel, Bob?
Well, it's been something, I've been working towards for a long time.
You've been wanting this?
Yes, sir.
Because that's one of the questions I had. Has this been in your plans?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell me about it. Tell me about the plans that you had and how you made it happen.
Well, it was a kind of a process. I've been up under she's a good coach, Coach Sandra.
Right.
I've just been under her tutelage for a long time, learning.
Right.
Not the basketball aspect, but the politics part of it.
Oh boy.
It's kind of
how's that part? Eesh.
It's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot.
It's a lot. I bet it is a lot, man.
Especially dealing with young ladies.
Right. That's some delicate stuff. Chris Sanders also. You guys are dealing with some delicate stuff here. I mean, you can't handle them like you handle them guys.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No.
It's a whole nother ball of wax.
Yeah.
Tell me about your team. What you've seen so far. You had practice the first time this week?
Yeah. Well, we had tryouts started Monday.
Okay.
But basically, every girl that came out, I knew I was gonna keep them because they've been coming to the early workouts.
Right.
And, had a good showing, 13, 14 players.
Right. That's not a lot. I mean, that's not a terrible. I mean.
Yeah, it's a lot coming from the usual 7, 8 we've been having the last 4 years.
Well, you're really only gonna play 8 for the most part, though, right? I mean, that's gonna be tough. It's tough when you got a team with so many players and not everybody looking in your face like,
yeah, you're right.
Can I get some minutes here, coach, or something? Can I get some airtime? How do you handle something like that, Bob? A kid comes up to you and say, Bob, I'm a coach, I ain't getting no light here, man.
It depends if it's if it's a younger player, 9th grader.
Mm-hmm.
They got time. You got time in it. But of course, if you show me, I'm the type of coach. You prove, you play. You hustle, you play. I'm not all about necessarily you got to be a senior. You get all the minutes.
Right.
But if you coming from my background, if you can play, you can play.
Yeah.
You got to get on the court.
Who are going to be some of the players that are going to make this happen for Latta this year? Who are the key pieces that you cannot live without?
but cannot live without.
You
I'm gonna go
you
with
can live without all of them, Bob.
yeah.
No,
But
no. Yeah.
basically, the runner. What we got established and what we're trying to do.
Uh-huh.
One of my main pieces is gonna be Cartier McFadden.
Okay. I seen that name.
Yeah. She's been around a long time. She's been playing since 7th grade.
Okay.
But she transitioned in positions from forward to point guard.
Wow.
It's always something she wanted to do,
Right.
and she been working at it all summer long, and I've been seeing some good things, and she's very vocal. So my team is our team is kind of young. Got 3 seniors
Uh-huh.
and 1 junior.
Wow.
The rest ninth graders.
Oh. So the future looks bright then.
Oh yeah.
So the season starts for you. You play your first game when?
We play Mondays. It's a scrimmage in Chesterfield.
A scrimmage. Okay.
But
Okay.
That'll really show me where we're gonna be, where we at,
Right.
basically.
Right.
We never played Chesterfield before, so it's new to us. Vice versa, playing a Marion, Lakeview, we play them every year.
Right. You playing them again this year? You gotta be playing Lakeview.
Yeah, Lakeview. They're in our region.
I know.
They're number one
I know
in
you
our
gotta play
region
them.
right now.
Okay.
No Marion. I was kind of upset about that. Maybe we'll bump into them in the Martin Luther King tournament they have.
Is that down in Carver's?
No, it's gonna be the one DJ Kelly.
Oh,
Coach Kelly.
okay.
hosts.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So yeah, then Marion and Latta should play. I mean, it's not a hate rivalry. It's kind of like a friendly rivalry.
Oh yeah.
Latta and Marion have always been, since I've been here.
Mm-hmm.
It's never been any hate. Even Mullins.
Yeah,
I mean,
I thought we was gonna play them. They got a real good young group.
they do.
They're gonna look good.
Yeah,
for some
they
years.
definitely they've made some strides.
Oh,
A couple of years ago, wow. But last year I seen them get better. I mean, they started passing the ball and people were catching it and shooting it. I mean, it's like kind of a light had gone off.
Mm-hmm.
Because they got some talents on that team.
Oh yeah.
The big girl that played last year, light-skinned girl,
Oh yeah.
she's a beast. I spoke to her at a football game last week, and she's going to be a problem.
Yes, sir.
Now, Bobby, I want to tell the folks how I first knew you. Your coach, Stephen Smith, said to me, Mike, I got this little guy I want you to see. I said, okay. He says, he's good and he's going to help us. That's okay. So one day, now, Bobby, I want you to correct me if I'm wrong. I believe this was at Britain's Neck in a JV game. You played JV.
Yes, sir.
That was a JV game. And so I went to that game, and I think that might have been the first time I seen you play. The man was lighting it up from everywhere. First, when I seen him, I said, well, this guy's really short. Steve said, don't let that fool you. This guy can shoot the ball. He's deadly. And, Bobby, I don't know how many threes you shot that day, but I know a couple of them was from just over the half-court line. I was amazed. And ever since that day, you've been my man. I said, yo, this dude here, I gotta keep watching this kid, man.
Oh yeah.
But you went on to play with Raymond and Chris and those guys, and you were on that first state championship team, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you graduated after that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
2000.
What was it like to be a part of that show?
Man, that was preach to our girls, man. My girls every day. That was a big part of my life, man. Like I tell them this all the time. It was always a dream as a kid to go to the NBA or NFL.
Right.
You set it high,
Right.
but I never had to play in the NBA or anything like that. But playing with Raymond, Chris, Morrell Sutton, those guys, man, everywhere we went, man, I signing autographs in 10th and 11th grade like that.
Signing autographs?
Yeah, me. I'm not the star of the team. Hey, look, that's number 3. Hey, can I get your autograph? It's like, it's mind blowing.
Wow.
Everywhere we went, sold out gyms, sold out wherever.
Were you were on the team that beat the Math, right?
Yes, sir.
You were on that team. I didn't go to that game because I said, okay, everybody's saying they're gonna get crushed. I had something else going on, but I didn't go. Mm-hmm. When I heard the score, when I heard that y'all had beaten the Math, I was mad at myself for not going, first of all, but I was also very surprised. At what point during that game did you guys felt we could take these guys?
But when we first got there, everybody get, you check in your hotel rooms, and then
Hotel rooms, boy, you guys were balling, man. Go ahead.
Big time, sharing.
Oh.
Everybody got their own room.
Whoa!
Got liaisons, all kind of stuff. But you go, you check in, and you everybody has a practice schedule.
Right.
So every team that's there has a practice schedule. You hit the floor.
Right.
So happened to be the night before we played the Mantha, we had like a 6 o'clock practice. I'm not sure, but the Mantha practice right before us.
Oh, so y'all got to see them practice.
Yeah. So when they was on the court, they had some big time guys, 6'9", some 6'10", 6'8". They were on the court, running their little sophisticated drill.
Yeah.
Like, Mom, we walk in the gym, we're like, oh my God. They stopped their whole practice because we had to walk in and walk on the court, then walk off the court to get where we had to sit till they get off the court. They just start laughing. It's just
laughing, Bobby?
Like, that's the team we playing tomorrow.
They laugh at y'all, ball?
Laugh.
Wow.
So then, Coach Smith, you know him personally.
Yep.
You know his demeanor.
Yep.
Y'all see that, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
They don't believe in y'all. They laughing at y'all. So we just took it personal. And, of course, we had a great ball player led by Raymond Felton, Chris Page.
Right.
They weren't letting that happen. We took the court, just shocked the world. Number 5 team in the nation.
Little Latta took them down.
Yes, sir.
After that game was over, what happened? Did you guys go crazy? I mean, did y'all
go crazy? We went absolutely crazy. Absolutely.
Wow.
Man. Everybody stayed in the same hotel.
Right.
So we got back to the hotel. I'm talking about NBA players that went on to the draft. They were there, bro.
Wow.
They come to us, man. It was just crazy.
Well, Bobby, due to time constraints, I'm going to have to ask you, what message do you have for the fans of Latta? What can they expect this year out of the girls basketball program?
Well, for the fans of my lovely town of Latta, what you can expect from the girls this year, basically they're going to come out and just give it everything they got every night. That's all I demand out of them. I don't really care about offense.
Right.
But big thing with me and the way we played and Coach Smith, defense. You can't beat nobody. Nobody can beat you if you stopping them. It's just hard.
Yeah.
It's just common sense.
So you're going to be scrapping every night?
Every night. Effort. And I commend that to my younger players that, they don't know basketball per se all the way like my older.
Right.
But that's what they bring to the floor. I got 3, 4. They I hate to call girls dogs, but they some dogs.
They're dogs. Bobby, one other thing. Now, how tall are you?
I'm 6'9", if you ask me when I'm on court.
Okay. How tall are you, Bobby?
But last time I was measured, 11th grade in high school, it was 5'7", 3/4.
Was that the reason why you took your game out beyond the perimeter?
Yes,
shooting
sir.
the ball?
Yes, sir. You got to understand. I was the shortest person on the team.
Right.
You're facing Raymond Felton, 6'1", 6'2", Chris Page, 6'1", 6'2". I had to find a way to get my shot off over those guys every day, playing hard defense.
Bobby, I know it's the end, but you were deadly, bro. And I tell you, it's been great watching you play back in the day. You always been my man. Thank you for coming by. I mean,
yes, sir.
Better late than never, bro.
Oh yeah.
Folks, that's all the time we got. I'll be back next week with more. Later.
All right, man.
It ain't how much it is, bro.
Oh yeah.
It's what it is.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Good job there,
Yes,
buddy.
sir, man.
We
Appreciate
from Maryland with us.
Latta.
Latta.
Born and raised, came down.
So everything okay with your wife's car?